Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look and review the new Jack Harlow album, Jackman. So to start off, this album is a deeper look into his life, I would say, and overall I think the storytelling is pretty good. I'd also say it's a step up from his last album, but I wouldn't say by very much. I mean, every now and then there's a good bar. A lot of the times it just feels forgettable, to be honest. And the elephant in the room, always, whenever I talk about Jack Harlow, is how bad and unable he is to produce a chorus, a catchy hook, or really any melody at all. And honestly, on this album, I just really feel like the soul beats didn't help. It was cool for a little, then it kind of got repetitive. The no features didn't help, and singing one note the whole song in a monotone, kind of rapping voice didn't help either. Look, I get that he's a more lyrical artist and a storytelling artist, but there's also plenty of ways to do this with melodies or just to sound more interesting. And I'm not even saying you need a chorus or like a hook in your song, although that would be nice on an album. It needs to be catchier, in my opinion. There needs to be more refrains. And I get that he did that. It just wasn't done well, in my opinion. However, he does have some clever wordplay that I'll sometimes catch. It's nothing really amazingly mind-boggling, honestly, and it honestly sucks because pretty much all he has on this album is bars. He makes a couple attempts at some choruses, but really all he has is bars. And look, I said it before, the beats are cool, but they only get him through so far. I mean, at some point, we need some more substance. So now I'm gonna run through the songs really fast. Common Ground, thought it set up a cool topic, topic song or intro or whatever. Doesn't really go back to it. I mean, he kind of just has a cool intro with a cool topic, doesn't touch it again throughout the album, but it's also a little vague, so you don't really know what direction he's going. Then the second song, They Don't Love It. Honestly, I thought this was a really terrible chorus. I thought the verses weren't that bad, the beat wasn't that bad, the vibe was there, but the chorus just really doesn't make me want to re-listen to it. Ambitious, I thought had a good story. He talks about, when he was 19, and then the second verse or whatever is when he's talking about now he's 24, so I thought that was cool. Is that probably the worst chorus on the album, in my opinion, and it sucks because he does have some like clever wordplay, some clever lyrics, but just the chorus, man, is almost makes the song unlistenable for me. And then this was about the point where I thought like the soul and the gospel instrumentals were getting a bit too much, in my opinion. Gang, Gang, Gang. I'm gonna talk about this song for a little longer because I think it's a tricky little area. So first of all, the delivery is probably the most questionable delivery I've ever heard in a song this year, given the subject matter he's talking about, right? I don't know why he chose to deliver this song. Like, I get it's dark stuff, but I almost like laughed during it because of how bad his delivery is. I don't know what's happening on this song. This was probably the point on the album where my mentality switched from like it could get better to okay, it's getting to the point where it's not gonna get better. Like that's when I made the switch in my mind. And then the whole concept of the song isn't inherently like bad, I guess, but it's almost like self-explanatory. Like he says, basically, the song talks about these friends he had that turned out to be like child predators and rapists and whatever, and how as a society, I guess, we support these people because they're our friends. But I really feel like we don't. I don't feel like we humanize these people. We definitely shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Towards the end, he finally gets to the point, which is like, I guess I shouldn't support my friends who do this. And it's like, that's pretty obvious. So like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I get that it's a touchy subject and that, his message isn't bad in the song. I just think it's like obvious, like, come on. And then the delivery, bro, like y'all really gotta listen to the song and just like take it in, because I don't know what's happening. It really left kind of a just what is happening on this album after this song. And some people might like the song. Me personally was not my cup of tea. Again, I had no idea what to even think after this song. And then we get to Denver. Denver, Jack like vocalizes a bit, literally for 2 seconds in the song. And he's not even bad. Like, he should sing more. I honestly think he should try to sing. No Enhancers is yet another trash chorus. The story was good, but it's just forgettable, man. It's very forgettable. It Can't Be is probably my favorite song on the album if I had to choose. He basically calls out people who said he's only successful because he's white, which I had to like take a step back and be like, did anyone even say that? But regardless, I guess he talked about it, so maybe someone did. Message aside, I think it has the best flow and the best beat on the album. It's a good song if you aren't bothered by like what he's saying or the message or whatever. Blame on Me, forgettable. Kind of cool concept about his brother not liking him, but still forgettable. And then finally, the closer was Questions. It was a good closer, I guess. Kind of attempted to wrap everything up. I just kind of wanted it to end at this point, and yeah. So now for a quick overview. Look, overall, I appreciate that, he's going deeper into himself as a person on the album. He's looking at who he is as a person. But honestly, and this is going to sound so harsh, I don't think he's an interesting person. Like, I don't think he has a personal life that is worth rapping about. And again, I know this sounds harsh, but like, he raps about his childhood friends, fighting with his brother, his exes, his relationships, his fans, all on this album. And it's just boring. Like, the only redeemable thing is that there's cool wordplay and, there's some good bars in there. But the subject matter is just boring, dude. It's hard to listen to an album's worth of this stuff. Like I said before, he needs to add melodies. He needs to add hooks, something that as a listener you can just grab onto, and like just a clutch. It's really monotone the whole time. Honestly, somehow at 10 songs in 24 minutes, it felt long for an album. That's how boring I find it. And look, I like Jack as a person. It's nothing personal. I just think that maybe his meme ability and the fact that he's beloved by the rap community kind of overshadows his midness, his mediocrity. He's a good rapper, don't get me wrong. He has good redeemable traits, but I don't think he's a good songmaker, visionary, writer, or good at anything related to making a project. And I think his last 3 albums, including this one, have proved this, guys. Like, his albums have never been good. Maybe the first one, but I mean, still. That being said, look, if you throw him on a verse, you probably won't miss. Just listening to a whole album by him, come on. But that's pretty much my complete thoughts on this, so let me know if y'all agree with this. Again, it's just my opinion. Is there anything I missed or stuff y'all picked up on that I didn't? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Am I being too harsh? I don't know where Jack is after this. But yeah, maybe comment down below if you liked the album or you enjoyed it. So that's all I got, and peace out.